Shalom, Akim Wa'akwatha. First and foremost, I'd like to turn to the east and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. I'd like to proceed this lesson. We give you double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Without further ado, I want to go into, ICE attacking, only the Israelites, man. The so-called Neo-Latino, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Without further ado, I'm going to play these videos real quick.
Ya me agarraron, bueno.
What is he being pulled over for? What is he being pulled over for?
Lo van a quebrar, Vido, te toca, Martín.
Lo van a quebrar,
Martín.
There's a child! There's a baby!
Yeah, you see, man, that even looks like a Edomite, an Instacrat right there, man. That CEP agent or CBP agent, that's crazy, man. Also got sellouts. There's a lot of Jakes that sold out, man.
What you're watching here are ICE agents in Alamosa, Colorado, smashing the window of a woman's vehicle because her husband was being apprehended by ICE. There was a 1-month-old baby in the car who could have been harmed by glass that was being smashed.
That's only one account.
This video captured the moment ICE agents dragged a pre-K teacher out of a daycare center on Chicago's north side.
She's a Jake, man. She's a Eve, man.
She can be seen pleading with the agents as she's pushed up against a waiting sedan. At one point, she shouts in Spanish, "I have papers."
ICE agents followed a teacher into the facility without a warrant and abducted her in front of her students. This woman is a trusted, loved member of her community with a work permit.
Officials identified the woman as Diana Galeano, a Colombian national in the country since 2023 and seeking
She Colombian, man. She a Eve, man.
asylum. Children, teachers, and parents inside at the time of the arrest said they were traumatized by what they saw.
What has happened today is domestic terrorism. And it is absurd and horrific that they have now targeted our daycare centers.
Until recently, sensitive areas like schools and hospitals were generally off limits to immigration enforcement. That changed under the second Trump administration. Today's incident, the latest in a string of controversial arrests that have been happening across Chicago as part of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
Blind man explained how he is
Man, these are just some accounts, man. That's a video, but you see that's a Jake right there, man. There's Edomites on this Jake.
He's a citizen!
A takedown by immigration officers recorded outside a Walgreens store as loved ones pleaded for his release.
You don't know what's going on, so get the back!
It happened after federal agents were seen swarming the store, appearing to be in search of someone.
When he called for backup, other people come in, and that's when I start to leave.
But Warren King says he didn't get far from the exit before being tackled to the ground by a federal agent and placed under arrest. The 19-year-old is now left with scars, both physical and mental.
I'm telling them I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm here. I'm legal. I'm born here. So they didn't try to hear none of that, though.
It all apparently stems from this collision captured on video at nearby 105th and Avenue N, showing Border Patrol agents in this white truck crashing into a red SUV Tuesday morning. It happened following a chase that residents say circled the neighborhood for nearly 30 minutes after Homeland Security says the driver, an alleged undocumented immigrant, rammed into their agent's vehicle. Deployed tear gas soon enveloped the crowd that gathered in protest, some of them throwing items at agents, including eggs. Video shows one teenager being detained. Tonight, their attorney says they are an American citizen and have since been released. As for the crash, DHS says 2 undocumented immigrants were arrested. King tells me he sat with both of them in a car for hours before he was released.
They just accepted their defeat, It wasn't no talking in the back between both of them, and they knew each other. I just graduated high school, so they could come from literally anybody.
Legal people, which is,
you know, we're gonna get this precept, man. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. You know, this is talking about Jakes, man, you know. But why is this happening, man? You know, let me get this precept right quick. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 41, man. And it reads right here in the KJV, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. You know, for their father Isaac, man, you know, he waited. Let's see if I can get this in the NLT. Or let's see if the GNT has it. This one's alright. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. In the GNT, Esau hated Jacob because his father had given Jacob the blessing. You know, what blessing is that? The blessing of, you know, immortality, man. You know, the birthright, man. And it reads right here, he thought the time to mourn my father's death is near. You know, when their father passed away, he said, you know, about to, you know, slay Jake, you know, for that blessing, man, because he took it, you know. He said he thought the time to mourn my father's death is near, then I will kill Jacob, man. Jacob consists of your 12 tribes, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, to you Seminole Indians. Verse 42. But when Rebekah heard about Esau's plan, she sent for Jacob and said, listen to your brother, Esau is planning to get even with you and kill you. Now, son, do what I say. Go at once to my brother Laban to Haran and stay with him for a while until your brother's anger is cooled down. You know, that's not the point, man. You know, the point is verse 41. You know, let me get in the KJV real quick. Salakia. This is verse 41. I'll read in the KJV. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. And then will I slay my brother Jacob. You know? And why do you think there's so much, you know, death coming around, you know, Jake, man? It's the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 12, man. Esau knows he has a short time, so, hey, he's speeding things up. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, to close on out. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You know, so hey, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is ramping things up, man. You know, with that, I hope, you know, there's an edifying lesson, you know. I always say Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat Shabbat.